Hola, ¿cómo estás? Llamo TJ, friendly neighborhood ninja here on CarnivalSpirits. Daily Spirits, week 8. Tuesday is my turn to drop my 2 cents on the topic of the week. And right now we're talking about where the gathering could be held if it would ever move from Cave and Rock. When ICP asked where we would like to, see the gathering, I see a lot of people saying, I want to see them in this state or that state, wherever they live. That makes a lot of sense. And I think that Massachusetts would be a great fucking place for the gathering of the Juggalos. And I don't know if anyone else has put any thought into this, but this weekend I went to a free Vince Neil show, lead singer of Motley Crue, down in Mohegan Sun. It's a casino in Connecticut. And there's another casino in Connecticut called Foxwoods that I've never been to either one of them. But so I'm checking out this free concert. Vince rocked the house. It was fucking awesome. And it got me thinking. Back in 2001, 2002, I went to these gatherings. They were in convention centers. We had to get hotel rooms. And, we were partying all night anyways. So it made sense when they moved the gathering to a campground so that we could, camp and it'd be a 24-hour experience. And they start putting events in the wee hours of the night. Cave and Rock has been the home of Hatchet Landings for 8 years in a row. That's the longest running location any gathering has been. Crystal Forest was only a handful of years. That place was really cool, so I heard. I never actually got to go to those gatherings. But so next year, let's say the gathering came to Massachusetts. Where the fuck could they host it? Well, the same thing that Connecticut has done with their casinos is, in the works right now in Massachusetts. There's a number of Indian reservations that are all competing to have the first casino in Massachusetts. And I wanted to know, what is the reason that casinos are put on Indian reservations? So I did a quick Google search, and this is what I found. Gambling on Indian reservations started back in the late 1970s with a Florida-based tribe opening a high-stakes bingo operation on its land. The location was instantly hit with visitors to the location and immediately incited controversy within Florida's courts. And then through various other court cases in the United States in the 80s, it was eventually decided to permit Indian reservations to host gambling centers on their territories so long as the state in which the reservation is located in has some sort of legalized gambling. And so began what is today a business that brings $19.4 billion a year. If the gathering could be held at an Indian reservation, all Psychopathic needs to do is bring along ABK to smoke the peace pipe, and they could have all the camping shit set up and the carnival experience built. Or if there actually were some casinos built here in Massachusetts, I see no reason why we can't go back to a facility, some sort of convention center style gathering where you've got your RVs over here in the RV parking lot, and maybe they'd be a campground, maybe not. But if the gathering was cheaper and you combine your hotel price with the whole experience to have ICP perform in a fucking theater inside of an arena, just like the UFC fights that were going on in the arena at Mohegan Sun while I was watching Vince Neil on the small stage. There's a lot of opportunity there, and even though it's not in the center of the country, I'll go one step further and say it would be fucking hella fresh if ICP held the gathering at Vegas. And that same experience was constructed where they could utilize some of the buildings, some of the actual maybe there's some hotels that would work with Psychopathic, or maybe there'd be some land out there that we could have a gathering. I don't know. I just feel like going to Mohegan Sun, it was a wild experience. It felt like Disney World for adults. And you got everyone who was there for the rock show, and people are there for the ultimate fighting, and people are there for the gambling. I could see some sort of, Juggalo shit going down in that type of atmosphere in the near future. So those are my 2 cents. Where do you guys want to see the gathering of the Juggalos? Where in the country? What type of location? Are there any other types of festivals that take place in your area? Like, I know Burning Man is a really popular annual event, and supposedly this year cops are really cracking down on that shit. And it's not just ICP that's getting the grunt of this police state that we live in. And surely it wasn't just this summer that we realized that there is a whole drug culture and festival culture that goes well beyond Juggalo shit. Okay, and that's part of the problem, is that a lot of fucking scenesters are coming to gatherings, looking to, well, whatever. That's a whole nother fucking seminar. All I'm saying is that ICP, go ahead, bring the gathering to Massachusetts, and we will have a fucking East Coast throwdown like none ever, and that would be fucking fresh. I'm BstMstR. See ya. Wouldn't want to be it.